What's up, guys? I'm sick as a dog. I wanted to make this video to tell you that there's no days off in trucking, alright? A lot of people, regular people, they don't see what we do behind the scenes. They don't see days like this. I've been running a fever the entire day since I woke up. I've been shaking at the wheel. Even now, you can't really see it in the video, but my hand is shaking. My finger, I'm so sick. I cut my finger to the bone on a can earlier. This isn't your normal job. You can't just, I can't work today because I'm sick, right? Your company's gonna, we need you to go, man. We don't have anyone else to cover that load, yada, yada, yada. They're gonna give you the whole runaround. Sometimes it's true, most of the time it's BS. But I'm having difficulty breathing. Like I said, running a fever, but I still got a job to do. I've covered 1,400 miles in 3 days. I'm going all the way out to Corrine, Utah with a Walmart load. So my company's really big on Walmart loads. They do not play, right? Walmart, it reminds me, I used to work for Transport America back in the day. And they ran a lot of FedEx freight. And FedEx, so my company treats Walmart the same way they treated FedEx. There's no excuses. That's why this industry is not for the weak. Oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like driving today. Doesn't matter, all right? You gotta go. We are the lifeblood of America, and people will never appreciate a truck driver because they don't see what we go through out here to serve them. This job is more dangerous, statistically speaking, it's more dangerous than a police officer's job, and you can check the stats on that. Far more truck drivers die from primarily accidents, but a lot of drivers pass away in their cab, 1,000 miles from home. They ain't been home in a month. The world don't care. Nobody cares. You might get a message, oh, well, Bob Parker passed away last night. Let's have a prayer for Bob. Meanwhile, they've already got someone else in his truck. The body's not even cold yet. That's how it is. When you get in trucking, you're treated like a second-class citizen. You're judged by people who cannot do your job, all right? They can't. You have to listen to safety, and your dispatcher tell you how to drive your truck, which is the equivalent of a cheerleader telling Tom Brady how to run the offense. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Then you got the public, anybody can do that. That's all right, you sit on your butt and stare out a window all day. That's not true. Okay, look at the turnover rate in this industry. This is a very difficult and dangerous job. And even if you can physically do it, you can sit for hours, you like to travel, it takes a toll on family. Being gone from your family weeks, months at a time. I've known drivers that stay out for 6, 7, 8 months. They come home, they'll take 3 or 4 weeks off. I don't do that. I'm home every 12 to 14 days. My days of running hard are over. But something to think about. If you're considering getting in this industry, just remember there's a lot to it. It's not for the weak, all right? As a matter of fact, the last time I didn't drive due to illness was when I had the big C, right? Well, see, me and my ex-wife had it. She was riding with me at the time. We both got it. I was out of work for about a week. Where was I out of work, you might ask? Well, somewhere in the desert at a little truck stop with nothing but a little thing of Tylenol, and that's it. A bed to sleep in. No hospital near us. No wellness checks from my company. No hazard pay. Nothing. No relatives, around me helping me. It was just me and my ex-wife, and we both nearly passed away. I kid you not. I've never been that sick. She couldn't breathe. I was up all night with her. She had very short breath. I was up all night making sure she could breathe. Me, I was blue in the face, literally. I could breathe fine, but I had zero energy. Zero. But yeah, we just about didn't make it. And you know what? Would have passed away, me and her, in a damn truck. 1,000 miles from home, like I said, and nobody would have cared. Because that's the life of a over-the-road truck driver. We sacrifice and give up everything for people that, like I said, they didn't even bother to, not even a wellness call. Hey, how are you doing? You okay? Anything we can do? Nothing. By the way, that was with Crete Carrier. So if you're one of them drivers that sing their praises, just know Crete's not a terrible company, but they can be dirty. All right. At Crete, you're just a number. At most companies, you're just a number. But especially at the megas, the rich megas, they just look at you like, oh, you're meat in the seat, dude. You know, big deal. You die, who cares? We'll clean your truck out. Have somebody doing that truck by Monday. So, you know, it's sad. It's just, like I said, it's something to think about if you're getting in the trucking industry. You know, it's not for the weak. There are far easier ways to make the same money or better and go home every single day. The only people I recommend trucking to at this point in my life, because I used to just recommend it to anybody. Yeah, you want to make a lot of money, go drive a truck, right? You don't even need a high school diploma. You don't need a degree. Just go learn what you're doing. Spend the first couple of years learning how to drive. Get your experience. You can make bank. And trust me, you can make bank. I've talked to millionaires in this industry before. You know, you wouldn't think it, right? Truck driver walks in, hair's messy, maybe the shirt's dirty. That joker got $900,000, $1 million in the bank. No family, living in his truck. You know, been driving for 35 years, saving all his money, investing. Okay, you don't know about that, but you know, a lot of these old timers out here are set. But regardless, I digress. The only people I would recommend this industry to now is single people who have no other options. Because that's basically why I got in the trucking industry. Back in, I've only been driving since late 2014, early 2015. But I got in the industry because, sorry, that thing kicks on like 500 feet back. It's annoying. Anyway, I got in the industry late 2014, early 2015. And, you know, I struggled a lot. My first year and a half was just, oh my God, every day was frustration, pulling my hair out, wanting to quit. It was horrific. I was terrified to back. I didn't even want to go up to, you know, and shit, because I had severe social anxiety. So I didn't even want to go into shippers and receivers. You know, I didn't want to go in and even talk or sign for paperwork, nothing like that. And my trainer at the time, you know, come on, man, we got to do it. It's part of the job. You know, cool guy. Anyway, point I'm making, if you get in this industry, you should be single and willing to travel and do not have a quitter's mindset, okay? Do not have a quitter's mentality. Because if you quit at the first sign of trouble, you'll never make it as a truck driver. Look at our turnover rate. People think it's easy. I'm going to go out, I'm going to get rich in my first 2 years, I'm going to save my money, buy a truck. They're delusional. Some people do that. Most people do not do that. Most people are 10 years, 15 years on, still making $1,500 a week. Being told by their company, yeah, buddy, you can make $100,000 here. All our top drivers do. Learn to read between the lines. They're lying to you, all right? They might have one guy in the history of the company that cleared 100,000, and now they act like it's the norm. Or, you know, they if you combine your cent per mile with your life insurance, and you combine that with, you know, our detention pay and our layover pay, and this and that, our drop pay. You know, the company I work for, they pay $25 per drop, which is nice, right? I'm not hating on it. But still, a lot of companies will do that. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really ultimately matters is your take home, your paycheck. That's it. If you're bringing home $1,200, $1,500 a week, and you know what I'm saying, like you haven't been home in weeks, months possibly, you're losing out. Okay, you're losing out big time. You're getting robbed. I would never work for a company where my net, I wish I could show you how far back I am. This is also the reason trucks set up early, guys who don't drive, guys and gals, because we have to beep, 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 you know, until we set up, because these damn sensors and companies don't seem to think anybody can drive a truck anymore. Now, I get it, there are some boneheads out here, but me, I'm an experienced driver. There's a lot of experienced drivers out here who don't need the safety features. Anyhow, this video is going on too long. I'll just wrap it up by saying it's not for the weak. It's a serious career change. You know, forget the stereotypes, forget everything you know about what you think a truck driver is, what you think we do. Because a lot of people, they get in this industry, and when it doesn't pan out the way they thought it would in the first couple of years, they hit the road. You know, and they've wasted all that time on the road. They've wasted all that time getting a CDL. Maybe they had to pay out of pocket. Oh my God, I'm cold. Anyway, I don't normally make content like this. Normally my content is trucker fitness content because I feel sorry for drivers who maybe don't know what to do. Maybe they're not athletically inclined like me. Hey, I get it. Before trucking, I was in the gym 7 days a week. I'm still in the gym 7 days a week by my truck, you know. But I was at a real gym 7 days a week, boxing gyms, MMA gyms. I was doing it all, you know, and I decided when I became a driver, I'm not going to let the fact I'm a driver stop me from getting in shape. Now, obviously, if you have a coffin sleeper or something where you don't literally have the room inside your truck, you can get out of your truck and work out. There's no excuse, guys. There's really not. But this ain't a workout video. I'm just leave you with that little tidbit, all right? I appreciate your time, and get your reps in.